Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for Saturday 9 race program, May 17, the feature race, the sixth race, the 2001 Derby winner Awesome Power, and in the ninth race, 2015 Derby winner Seeking My Dream. And this ninth race look like a could go like a A1 class race. But let's start from the first. 5.5 furlong, 11 starters, and top four horses here are 10, Chinita Estrella, 9, Linstead Market, 6, Noble Monarch, and 1, Chief Dissident. Now, the Chinita Estrella, last time on over the 5 straight, was third by 8 lengths to Princess Catalina and Buttercup. And race before that over 5 round, fourth by 7 1/4 lengths. They're going to 5 round, and before that, 4 furlong straight, third by 7 and 7.5 lengths. Now, with Oni Scott being asked to ride by Stephen Todd, I'm expecting at 5-1 money line, expecting just to finally win her second race. And on the number 9, Linstead Market, which are then on the saddle, 5-2, 5-2, was second, won 5 run in last occasion, beaten on length, the Social Mischief, 18-1 on that occasion. Um, so I'm expecting another good run from Linstead Market. The 6, Noble Monarch, won by 7 1/4 on the last occasion. You know, that was her third race, so she have a lot. He have a lot to improve. So the his first race was 6 by 9 1/4 length to Hail the Queen. Second outing, he won the 5 straight. 6 by 12 lengths to Bomb Night, and then releasing his Dominican silver ticket by 7 3/4 lengths. So I'm also expecting a good run from Noble. Now, number 1, Chief Dissident, figure eight on. Ryan Lewis retained the mount, broke slow on the last occasion, going 7 furlong. So I don't think he can afford to, jump ball on this occasion, going 5.5. But he will be running on. So I'm expecting also with the figure eight on to at least break out of the gate fast because it's been slow into stride, break slow, a few no factors, but Chief President with the professor, he can spring them up for joyous racing. So with the figure eight on, expecting an improved performance from Chief President. But seeing it just as my first of my outsider to create a mild upset at 5-1. Second race, 7 furlong, 8 starters, My top four selection here is Genealogy, Tiger Express, Mayor, and Let It Fly. Now, Genealogy was my outside on the last occasion. My outside pick on the last occasion. Run very good. Run fourth, 18 lengths behind the runner winner. Like Iron Islands, who won by 14 lengths. Then 3.5 lengths behind was Sixth Avenue. Was no threat on that occasion, but now and I actually sell on the market. It was like a spring in the market at 4-1. So they were expecting her to run him to run good, which he did for the first, I would say, 6 furlong. Now the tongue tie on, Shinkantman Ellis retained the mouth. I'm expecting a mild upset here with genealogy. Now Tigger Express, the morning line 1-2 fair Radish Roman, Peter John Passad, a claim on the last occasion. Um, in $1 million claiming, no down in class, like 2 classes down. So, but this race is a tricky race, Yes, with the champion Jack, 1-2, informed stable Peter John Passard. Now, Tigers can do anything here. Can win by a city block or don't even end up in the frame at 1-2. So, you know, bet wisely here. But now, genealogy is my selection here. Now, number 5, Let It Fly, was winning the last occasion by 6 lengths. Before that was 4 and 3/4 lengths to Tiger Express. And Let It Fly, with I think it was claimed on the last occasion from Fennel. Now taking out from Nicholas Pitt, Demar Williams in the saddle. So I'm expecting a good run from him. And Demar Williams is on a few horses that could end up in the frame, making the exactor and stuff like that. Now Mayor Evil Pinnock was, on the three occasion, last 3 run, the last one was by 2.25 lengths with Clonis in the saddle, the fourth line. Then she was 6 by 4 lengths to Solar Black, win by Fletcher at the occasion. And then before that was 6.5 lengths to Sensational Goal. Broke slow on that occasion. So Mayor expecting to run a good race here. But uh, genealogy, Tom Diane, Shane English retained the mount, expecting genealogy to create a mile upset. It's 25-1 the morning line, but I don't expect him to go 25-1. Maybe end up being 5-1, 6-1, even but on the last occasion 4-1. Because of the presence of Tiger Express. So you may get 5-6-1. Third race, 7 furlong, 8 starters, made a condition race, native bred 4-year-old and up. Top four selection here. 1, Sweet Burn. 3, Noble Sovereign. 6, Sweet Mission. And 7, Sensational Gift. Now, Sweet Burns was fifth by 17 and a half lengths on the last occasion. Before that, fifth by 11 lengths, and then before that, third by 3.5 lengths. All at the time ridden by Radish Roman. Now, on Saturday, it'll be ridden by Paul Francis. The blinkers of horn, tongue tie off, and I'm expecting a huge performance, winning performance also from Sweetburn, which is, one of my bankers here. So Sweetburns, I'm expecting to run a massive race here. The three, Noble Sovereign, last three race, last race, second by a length to Kensia. Before that, second by 6 lengths to Another Mission. And before that was third by 7.5 lengths to Nova Monarch. So, Noble Sovereign. Now the trainer called for Richie Shakes, clipping 3 kilo. So down in the weight here, and the previous race that he went second to Another Mission, Richie Shakes was in the saddle at 117 pounds. So a big improvement here from Noble Monarch. He could take her very close. Now the sixth is still companion of Sweet Burns. Overall have 2 horses here with the apprentice. The apprentice Emilio McLean in the saddle. 4 by 11 lengths you can see here. 4 by 13 lengths to Ruby Light. Now, with 117 pound, Emilio, shaving 4 kilo. Overall, Edward could run 1-2 on this in the third race here, and number 7, Sensational Gift with Demar Williams. As I said before, Demar Williams is on a few horses here that could be in your exacta. Third on the last occasion, 8.5 lengths we can see here. So basically, all majority of these horses are coming back renewed rivalry here. Before that, fourth by 9.25 lengths, Another Mission again. So and before that, it was written by, I think, Tyrese Anderson. On the last occasion, Demar Williams struggled. So look for a sensational run to be there also too. But Sweet Burns is another of my banker here, and I expect with change of equipment, blinkers on, tongue tie off, for Francis in the saddle, who's known to competent rider. So, Sweet Burns should win. So, expecting Sweet Burns to win this race. The fourth race, 5 furlong straight, 9 starters, maiden condition race. My top 4 selection here are 1 Planner, 3 Briscoe, 5 Blinding Light, and 7 Better Than COVID. Now Planner make his debut. Working fairly well, on May 14 from the gate, 4 furlong, 50 and 3 by 106.3, beaten by Big Argument. May 4th, Strud 3 furlong in 40, beaten by Never. So he, Now the one draw is a little bit tricky here, but if Shakes can get out to want to leave the gate, slowly get into the middle, out of the side, he's just gonna stay on the rail and fight it out. Then I think so. I'm picking Planner here as a outsider here. The stables New Blue Limited is doing good. Michael Marler stables, not winning a lot of race, but they're always on the frame. So I'm expecting Marler to win the second race here. The number three Briscoe, Jerry Stewart in the saddle, 10 to 1 chance here. Um, his last races wasn't nothing really. He was fought by 30 lengths. Now coming off a 21-day respite, you know, April 19, 4 furlong straight from the gate for the 49.3 by 105 breezing. Before that, April 2nd, 4 straight, 49.4. Then before that, 2 furlong was 21.25 second flat. So, this race is a tricky race. It's, riddled with bunch of horses that doesn't want to go nowhere. First time starters. So I'm thinking the first time starter will actually beat all of this. Now blinding, blinding light seems to be the more experience of the bunch here. Was third and last occasion, third by 13 less to the I think the Hot Dancer. Before that was 8 by 41 lengths. Something must have went wrong there. But, blinding light could, be in the frame and make some money. Better than COVID, he called a car in the saddle. His last race, the jockey Radish lost his iron. Sky was 6 by 90 lengths, so he was actually pulled out. But before that was second by 3 lengths with car in the saddle. Now car is back, so if the planner with his first time starter doesn't win, I think of the one that one I read, I think maybe better than COVID will have the best chance to actually pull this race. Now the fifth race, 5 furlong straight, 13 starters, 3 and up to McClaiming, 600,000, so 700,000. For top four selection is 4 Jaguar, 5 Emperor of the Cat, 6 Irish Rich, and 12 Rosa the Warrior. Now the Jaguar is kind of a 5 straight specialist, trained by Rowan Matty. Radish Roman is in the saddle. On the last occasion, $1 million purse. I think she dropping in class in this race now. She was fourth. He was fourth, 4.5 length to KP Charge, rejected Roger. Before that was going 5.5, 7 by 21 lengths. He's mostly a 5 straight specialist because most of his races have been over the 5 straight, and his last win was over the 5 straight with Richard Holiday in a non-winners of 4. So expecting Jaguar to win this race. My firm banker here anyways. Emperor of the Cat may have lost some of his, early promises, but he's been in claiming race for the past like one, two, three, four, five, six, but 9 or 10 and 10 races, and nobody seems to claim it. So maybe something is definitely wrong. But if he comes out of this race and not claim, then I guess nobody will claim this horse. But at 3-1, Ryan Lewis in the saddle, down in class. The last time I went at this claiming was fourth by 4 3/4 lengths. And before that, the 550,000 claiming, he ran second to Eagle One. And before that, same class, he won by 2 lengths by Braxton Express. And it's not a race of the 5 straight. He was a half a length over also is Jack. And before that, the same people with the 5 straight to power ranking. So Empress of the Cat um, is a very dangerous horse here. But I think Jaguar's a little bit faster, and with the champion Jack in the saddle, he could just last so. 6th race, the well-bred Irish race. Um, this will be his 9th start. It's two wins of the 8th start. Last race was a atrocious race. He was 13, no factor, 8.5 lengths to restoration in a breach of fresh air. Before that, going 4 furlong was a winner by 2 lengths with Foster in the saddle. Before that, 5 furlong was second. So of his 8 races, he just been out of the frame one, which was his last race. So, and now down in class, so I assume he's for sale. So I don't think after this race we'll be going back to the unit stable. So it's a very dangerous horse here. So Irish race should be there and thereabout also too. And then the number 12 was Warrior, was fifth, 16.5 lengths to Sugar Daddy. Before that, over the 5 straight. The last year was a 5 run. Over the 5 straight before that was a length and a half winner with Dick Cardenas. So he ran well. Anytime he shows up over the straight, Jose Warrior seems to be a very dangerous horse. Because before that 5 straight race has been 6.5, 5 rounds, 6 furlong, 7 furlong, 5.5, 6 furlong. So going back over the straight now for his last win with Dick Cardenas and Clive Lynch returning to the saddle, coming off an 8-day rest. Don't look too far. Don't leave so Rose of the Warrior out of your exactors. The 6th race, Awesome Power Trophy, 7.5 furlong, 12 starters, main condition, native veteran fillies. My top 4 selection there, 6, Kusme, 1, Inuyola, 9, All Together, and 10, My Apology. Now, Miliola was fourth on the last occasion, going 6 furlong. Was a non-factor year, but run on because he was way at the back, 10 by 14, 10 by 11 and a half, 5th by 13 and a half, and then end up 4th by 8 lengths. So he was running on, and that was 6 furlong, moving 7 furlong. Could say that, should be a better journey for him, but you know, I think this mostly a 5 to 6 furlong horse, but just need to break well to actually may end up in the winner's enclosure. The number 6, Cosme, third race from Anthony Newman stable. Um, was fought by 19 less on last occasion over Fearless Mission, HTO, and Miss Grooves, all US horses, and he was fought by 19 and a half lengths. When he make his maiden, and that was over 9 furlong and 25 yard. Now on this occasion, her debut was over 7 furlong, um, was 6, 8 and a half lengths to Kalisha, Costa Living, and Queen Latifah. You know, Costa Living came back on one, Queen Latifah came back on one. So I'm expecting Omar Walker, Anthony Nunes to create a mild upset. The number 9 altogether, as I kept saying before, and Demar Williams. His mount should be in your exact occasion. Now, on last occasion, he was second, 7 1/4 lengths to Queen Latifah. Before that was 6 by 9 3/4 lengths to Riley J. So, it's getting fitter and fitter. But on the last race, this could be because of a bunch of, it actually, they took the visor off on the last occasion and she ran second. So the visor is still off. So just, tongue tie and figure eight. And as the last occasion, they took the tongue tie, they took the visor off and add the tongue tie and she ran second. So expecting to run a good race tomorrow. Now the 10, no apology. First time Lasig, Paul Francis in the saddle. He was seventh. She was seventh. 16 lengths behind Queen Latifah altogether. Um, that was a slightly good run, and now going a furlong and a half longer, and then that race was used up on that race. Now, 21 morning line, Paul Francis, looking for a good race from No Apology, but Christmas is the odds beating the awesome power trophy. Seventh race, 5 furlong straight, 10 starters, restricted allowance 3, nature bred 4 year and up, non of 4, imported 4 year and up, non 3, and my top 4 selection here are 4 Restoration, 5 My Sunshine, 7 Smart Trick, and 9 Midnight Flight. Now, I'm leaving out Sonogram here, who was 5-2, but, I just think this is a race where, you know, Sonogram might burn a lot of money here. But 4 Restoration, win on the last occasion, was actually at 21-1, was my outsider for the day. Was claimed by Michael Kane from Anthony Nunes, and she ran third, and he ran third by 3 lengths to Eagle One, I'm a two, so and then came back after you know, about a month. Actually, probably the same days. So it could be a travel with soundness. So, but going back over five straight, I'm gonna walk retain the mouth. Michael and Kane looking for a second winner for the season and expecting restoration to create mild upset. Money line 92, maybe go at 5-1. So expecting restoration to actually win this race. My sunshine was fourth on the last occasion, 4.5 lengths behind Teflon Don. First starting non-winners of four. Ran good. Teflon John immeasurable joy. Um, Justin Biden was third in that race, and before that, he won at 15-1, beating undisclosed, disclosed, undisclosed, and crypto girl. So my sunshine, well bred, by sunshine and shadow for noon it is. The Yankee gentleman mayor, noon it is. Looking for a good race, a good run from this race. Now the 7, Smart Trick, Anthony Nunes, was fifth last occasion by 7 lengths of Teflon Don. And his immeasurable joy. Before that was a winner, length and a quarter. Before that was a shorted winner going 6.5 furlong. And was second before that by half a length, second by 3/4 length, second by a length and a half, 8 by 19 lengths, and was second by 3.5 lengths. So she was in non-winners and two for a few starts, and then when first started non-winners and three, he was a winner. And then non-winners are four. Now second starting non-winners are four. The Cardenas replacing Shane Ellis. Looking for a good run from Smart Trick. A good actually could win this race also too. From his last 8 or 9 starts, he has not been over the straight, so I'm not quite sure if he will enjoy the straight, but he's in good form. The number 9, Midnight Flight, winners on last occasion going over the straight. It was actually 3-5 at 59-1. Look for Midnight Flight to on another blink of a race. She draw way on the outside of the 5 straight, so she's in the best ground. So before this Midnight Flight, to once again put your best foot forward. Now the 8th race, 5 furlong straight, 12 starters, restrictive allowance, restrictive overnight allowance, 3 year and up. Non-winners are of an overtime over allowance lifetime. Selectioneer, two supremacy, 10 Prince Amman, 12 Commander Z, and 4 Ken. Now, supremacy, Anthony Nunes, Dick Cardenas. On the last two occasions was ridden by Shane Ellis was 6 by 10 lengths, third by 5.5 lengths. Um, the last few starts you have not seen her run over the 5 furlong straight. Um, but the combination of Dick Cardenas and Anthony Nunes, as there was I saw a report where Dick Cardenas was saying Charlie Ozzy and I was teaching him how to ride over the 5 straight and expecting that experience to create an upset here, mild upset. This 9 race program is definitely not gonna be no favorite winning maybe over the this 9 race program. Kim was second by 2.5 lengths to impressive force. Broke slow was 1 pace. Actually, I don't mean 1 pace, but that was 7 furlong. His last race was over the straight was 6 by 8 3/4 lengths to Grayson Light Matusa. So looking for Ken to run a decent race. The 10, the 10 hours Prince Amen, claimed by Jason Acosta, interestingly, on the last occasion. Um, for the last start, she ran 2 5 straight races. First, she won at 7-1 with Omar Walker. In the second 5 straight, she was seventh by 13 lengths with Apprentice Lewis. So Prince Amman, could run a race. The last occasion he was second by half a length, but now the visor, Jason DeCosta had the visor on. So I'm looking for big improvement from Prince Amman for his last few starts. So as I said, Jason DeCosta claims for Carlton Watson, and this horse could probably just took off now. The 12 American bred Commander Z, coming off a 77-day respite, that was last race March 1st. Um, Stirred 3 lengths a champion bubbler, Cookie Day and Night, and ran loose in the saddle on this occasion. And then the work tabs 5 furlong out of the gate on May 12, a minute and 3, 4 furlong 47 2. And then it was Kenten 9 furlong. So Commander Z should be coming here in good nick. Spencer Chung stable is ripening at the right moment. But I'm going for supremacy in this race. Now the ninth and final, the Seeking My Dream Trophy. Up in allowance, GUL and up. Top 4 selection here. 7, Atomica. 4, Desert of Malibu. 1, Commandant. And 3, Mojito. Now this race is could consider a grade 1 race. Humdinger for race here. It's some of the top horses in the race. You have Run Julie Run. You got Tistak, Divine Force. So I'm expecting, very close and exciting Seeking My Dream trophy, which is appropriately supported by these top class sources. Now, Atomica, my favorite horse, with also Desert of Malibu, but Atomica then dark is in the saddle on this occasion. Last time over the Ian Levy looked the winner at the furlong pool, but ran down by Barnaby. And I want her to win that race so she could automatically qualify for the multi mile. So, you know, 121 pounds, then Dawkins, I think coming off an injury. I would say was second by half a length on the last occasion to Barnaby. Was second before that in the Chairman Trophy, actually to Barnaby also. Um, third by 6 lengths to Park Place. Then in the Mountain Mile, the last 2 meter mile was not good. She was 10th by 10 lengths. Um, for that, she won by half a length, beating Run Julie Run. Second in the Distinctive Irish to Frank Camden, who was ended up being the multi-man winner. Before that was third by 9 lengths to Frank Camden. And in the E, she won the Eros by 3/4 of a length. What is that a fact? And so Atomica in my firm selection here. Now, for Desert of Malibu, yeah, on December 21st of last year, so she's making a season at Desert. Was second over 5.5 furlong by half a length to Bootylicious. Bootylicious was literally a featherweight in the saddle at the time. And before that, in the Mountain Mile, I think Brady Sherman gave her a bad ride on that occasion. He tried to hold her back. He should have just make she run her race, and he tried to rate her, and she ended up get bottled up behind her. So she checked 3 furlong out and end up eighth by 7.5 lengths. And before that, she was a winner, 3.5 lengths, beating Wall Street Trader. Before that, the winners by 7 lengths, also over Wall Street Trader, and is that a fact? Same. And then before that was a winner, 3.5 lengths to the gift from Ben and Mojito. Before that was 2.5 lengths, winner over Further and Beyond. No, she was fourth at 2 to 5 over the 5 straight, which maybe she didn't like the 5 straight. To a stable companion, Sensation and Moon. And before that, she over 6 furlong, she was a winner, beating Medlin Sunshine. So, you know, this is maybe this one, maybe a mile is a little bit too far, maybe 7.5 furlong. She will get a mile, just depends on the competition. So, expecting her to run a big race. Now, the one commandant eased on the last occasion, going 8.5 furlong to Barnaby and Atomica and Funky and Don. He was the even money favorite. But before that, then Alex Hamilton Trophy, it was Gwen Sam Furlong was a winner by 4.25 lengths, beating Inspired Force and Run Julie Run. For that, the Fan Appreciation Day Trophy, January 1st, was 6.5 lengths winner to over Nia Star. So, those are the foreign brothers, you know, wins I think our biggest performer was actually in the Mutema, and she was third, length and a quarter front countdown, Legacy Isle. Now, Commandant is the real danger here. You know, he can run, and maybe not win this by a city block. Or seems like the run right now says they run a good race and they ease on the last occasion. I don't know if it's they're training too hard, and then the type of training are not that conducive what Caymanas sport, but they look good. When they win, they look unbeatable, and then the next race they just literally do nothing. Now, number three, Mojito at 118 pound, which he shakes in the saddle. A winner on last occasion going 7.5 furlong in 1:31.2, a winner by 3 3/4 length. The unbeaten unspun on Sanity and Chippy, he made all on that occasion. And Bruce and the Loose, who was a 1-5 favorite, unbeaten fifth by 8 and by Atlantic Convoy, Money Market, and Perfect View. Simead came back a little too early because he seemed to have some type of breathing issue, or he can't sweat or something like that. But anytime he comes off a rest, he's a very dangerous horse. Um, May 12th, well, the shoot 7 furlong, breezing 130. Canton 9 furlong. Before that, the shoot 7 furlong, 127, which was an excellent work. Um, April 29, 4 furlong, breeze 48.3. April 23rd, breeze 35 flat. April 18, breezing 35. So this has been working like a winner here. Now, Mojito is very, very dangerous here. But, I'm going with the Flying Philly, Atomica, the weight, and in Dawkins in the side, who know her very well. So, for my selection is Atomica. Now, that was that selection for this week here. Please subscribe, like, and share, and we'll see you next race day. Catch ya.